how long does it take to get a return and how long does it take to
I-
start getting jobs? And so do
I'll
you want
tell
to
you,
hit
it
on
took
that?
11 minutes. Yeah, it took 11 minutes.
No, good deal. Is Sandy joining us or are we? Oh, look at that. There you go.
She's driving me because I got too much stuff to do.
So with that said, I mean, you guys just jumped on. There's no scripts for this. Like we just want genuine, honest feedback. And with that said, how has it been thus far?
It's been really crazy. I go back to our first text quite a bit, where you're like, "Hey, yeah, we're not going to work out. If you're still on the ladder, you're gonna be overwhelmed with estimates, and you're going to be way too busy to do work and estimating, so it's not going to work out." And boy, did that get me hot under my collar. I was like, "What do you mean it's not going to work out? I want this work." And anyway, you were not joking about that. It has been insane the amount of work that has come in. It's all day, every day. Do I get estimates? I mean, we're averaging four jobs. Sometimes a day we get one job, and then by the end of the day, I got three more to deal with. And it's just been nonstop since we started. Since you guys started the advertisement.
Man, that's so awesome. And we always like to get, feedback from our partners right out of the gate because most people, their apprehension is like, how long does it take to get a return and how long does it take to start getting jobs? And so, do
I'll
you want
tell
to
you,
hit
it
on
took
that?
11 minutes. Yeah, it took 11 minutes. I was walking into a customer's house. It was 5:45 or so, and I was just getting out of the car from one customer's house to another, and I had gotten a FOBFLO, whatever text, we call it text email bomb of all these messages, but this time it had a person's name and not like one of you guys or not a test or something. So I called my wife and I was like, "Hey, so some just came through the FOBFLO thing," and she's like, "Yeah, apparently we got the commercials running." And I'm like, "Oh my god," because I think I just approved it that day. And so anyway, walking into that house, you feel that like kind of butterflies, but like gut feeling, like holy cow, it just ran at 5:30 and it's 11 minutes in and we got one already. I did my estimate with the guy. It took a little while because he's doing extension and things. And walking out, the phone dang again, and I'm walking out to my car, and there was the next one, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guy was not messing around." So by the time we drove home, we're going out to eat, and I'm messaging the lady that's doing some stuff for us on our website, and I was like, "Hey, just FYI, you might want to speed it up on this website because they're live now, and we're getting these things in." I said we got two jobs already, and it's only been out for like an hour and a half now. And right as I sent that text, we got the third job in. And I was like, scratch that. We got three jobs now, three leads right now. So you better hurry with that website because things are happening quick. And to be honest with you, it has not stopped. It has not stopped since then. So our first week, we got 18 leads. We actually got 20 leads. Two of them, they didn't want to move forward. And one lady wanted windows. We don't do that. So, but of the 20, 18 of them were genuine leads that I went out and measured and did. And that was in 1 week. On top of my other stuff, and other people that don't even go through the leads see the advertisements and then they just call you on the phone. So to fully put it together, who knows how many more you have, but genuine leads sent through FOBFLO was 18 that first week.
That's awesome. So I want to recap 20 leads direct through the funnel, through FobFlow, 18 actual appointments. That's crazy. But then, and we get this a lot, Michael, on top of that, you also are getting calls from people who see the videos. So technically, we may not get credit because it didn't go through our funnel, but they mention it once you're on the call, like, oh, yeah, I saw this advertisement. And so the bleed over does happen.
I have a question. So I know, Michael, that you and Sandy have been sort of operating without necessarily a formal process of software or anything. So having to use our software has been a new experience. So I'd love to hear a little feedback. How was it getting familiar with the software? And then also like how has it impacted your ability to communicate with the leads together?
It's nice, and I'll tell you, we use another software that we put our photos and things with, but it doesn't integrate with the homeowners very well. You always have to take the information out and put it into our office line or our cell phone, or email, and then operate that way. So when it comes, we tag all of our stuff in our software we use for our photos and things. We tag everything where the leads come from, so we know when it's FOBFLO. And it's nice because the second I see FOBFLO, I'm out of that app and I'm back into yours, but I can just hit the button to talk, and it just connects the phone call. There's no copy and paste of the phone number, and it's there. You know, when you hang up, it asks you what actually happened. So it kind of, on the road for me, it saves me from hitting the notes. I just like no answer. And then the other feature I like is the communication inner office. It's right there of a click of a button. I don't have to drop your app, open up my personal text the office or my wife. I can just hit internal message. Hey, when this person, you know, blah, 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 calls back, let them know I was calling about the permitting. If they could just answer this question, you know, when the NOC is ready for pickup, then we're done. And so it's been nice just living inside of the app. So it's, yeah, it has been way easier. And we were actually looking for something that's close to that for our other leads, because we don't want to mince the leads. I'm getting a little spoiled on your guys's.
I love it. Well, Amy loves that. And that's something she always likes to implement, is that your other channels, we can definitely work with you in getting those leads in our system. So that way you can nurture them, text message them, email them, drip to them all through the same system. So we'll talk about that offline. My last question to you, Michael, if there was another aluminum contractor who was on the fence, because again, our price is our price, right? Like, you know, we are the premier aluminum screening, you know, marketing company in the state of Florida, which we think is nationwide, but we don't have data to support that. But anyways, if there was someone who was on the fence because they're like, that's a lot, you know, to pay up front, you know, when am I gonna make my money back? What would you share with them as far as your experience? What would you say to them if they were hesitant?
Straight up, we were at that position of like, we have this money that I'm willing to part with. And it's, I say not much in business. It's not much money, to be honest with you, but it is a lot of money to throw into, you know, I call it marketing and sales never land, because we've done radio ads, you know, that don't cost that much, but are close, and you had nothing. I mean, zero. We got like maybe 20 different clicks on our website, and that's all we got from it. And so I call it never land, because it seems to go out the door and it's gone. But we felt different with you guys, especially after talking. And be honest with you, as much as you put about what you're going to do in writing, I felt like, dude, if he's going to put this in writing, he better be able to perform. And so the ultimate answer to your question is, if you have that cash, or you have the ability to even put it on a credit card and ride it out. It took 3 weeks to go through your process, get the commercials shot. I know we drug our feet for like a week or so on the commercials, but looking back, I wish I never did. But if you got 3 weeks time to get that out and get that commercial going, after that commercial's out, literally within an hour, any one of those leads could literally return the entire monthly expense back to you, once you produce that work. And we did a lot of refab work, you know, rehabbing things, which is instant return. I mean, the next day, if you're available, you get that money put back in your bank account, where you're not waiting for a brand new build, because you might have to wait a month or two to go through that whole process. So that's my answer. If you have it to spend it, like legitimately have it somewhere to spend it, whether it be saved cash or credit card, it's so worth to spend. You literally, you'll literally see that instant return. And there's no 90 days waiting for something to gain speed. It's instant right away. But be ready to estimate. I'll tell you right now. Be ready to go out the door, buddy.
I just want to commend you guys. You know, we have a variety of different types of partners and a lot of different personalities. And you guys are one of the best when it comes to using the software and keeping updated. So kudos to you guys for doing that. Holds us accountable.
So great job, you, Sandy. You guys have a safe trip, and just thank you for taking the time, and let's just continue to crush this.
No, thanks for you guys being good sales guys and getting me convinced to jump in. It's definitely changed our life. for sure. And once we start closing more jobs, I genuinely mean changed our life. So I really do appreciate you guys, doing what you guys do. Really, it's what you guys do, but man, you don't realize what you're doing for small businesses like us. We appreciate
That's
it.
why we do it.
Man, that's why we do it. FOBFLO,
Yep.
family-owned business, and we
Yes,
help you guys
I
flow.
tell everybody that name. Yep.
Yeah, thank you, man. That means the world. That
Awesome.
feedback really means a lot. And a lot of times people get in their own way. So we know if we can just get you started, the results will speak for itself, but it's just getting them over that hump. So you taking the time to share as far as how quick it works right out of the gate, the second we go live, it really does help. So we're going to use this to kind of help other contractors. And yeah, man, let's continue to crush it. And we look forward to just building this long-term working relationship.
Yeah, no, we are too. And we'll be expanding and getting back with you on what we're doing next. So I appreciate it.
Love it, man. Enjoy your trip, and we'll connect when you get back.
You got it. See you
All
guys.
right, y'all.
All
God
right.
bless. Talk to y'all
Bye.
later. Bye.